Hi, it's me, Brenda, and welcome to my new Chatty Clouds series. I hope you like it. Welcome to my channel, My New Me, where you get to watch as I try to make sense out of the chaos that has become my life and my home. How lucky are you? So when I first set up my Patreon account, I created 3 separate rewards. I have trouble with that word. Rewards for folks who donated. The first reward was they could choose to have their name in a shout out video, which was my previous video. That should have aired today, like in the wee hours of the morning, and it hasn't yet. So I think I have my, I'm trying to learn how to do like the pre-scheduling of these so I could get it all ready, put it up there, and then set the date and time for it to go live, and it will automatically go live since we have very spotty internet. So I thought, well, if I could do that, I wouldn't have to depend on our internet. But I think I have the wrong time zone down or something. I think I'm in a time zone from the other side of the globe or something, because it's not working. So I'm gonna play with that a little more and see if I can figure it out. Anyway, the second reward that people could choose is my Chatty Clouds series. Once a week, I'm going to film clouds, and if there are no clouds, I'll film rain or snowstorms or whatever there is, and talk about any new news happening in my life, as well as whichever topic those patrons who chose the Chatty Clouds, that's a tongue twister, chose the Chatty Clouds reward first suggested and then voted on. So this week's winner is how do I stay motivated? And actually that fits in pretty good with the news that I have to share. I titled this video The Good, the Bad, and the Unknown because there's some good, there's some bad, and there's a whole lot of unknown coming up. For the past few weeks, the boy and I have been going through a bit of drama we didn't anticipate, nor do we want, but it's there, and time to get our head out of the sand and realize that this is reality and there's no fixing it. So after all of that, I really struggled with telling you guys because it's not that I want to hide it on you. I mean, seriously, there are very few areas of my life where I haven't just laid it all out there for you to see. And facts are facts. Eventually you're gonna notice. But I've managed to turn things around and be upbeat and pretty much kick depression's teeth right down its throat. And this is kind of sliding backwards. And I didn't want to demotivate anyone because my life is kind of doing an about face. After they're doing so good for so long, it's kind of starting to slip back downhill again. But I suppose that doesn't mean that my outlook has to slip back downhill, right? It's just a little bump in the road or a giant mountain in the road. But we'll get past it. So now that I spent far too long not telling you anything, I guess I should share my news with you. I'm going to start out with the bad. The bad is we are being evicted from the house. We have gotten a little bit behind in our rent, but also our landlord wants to sell the house. And we're sort of wondering if they already have, because they gave us a 30-day eviction notice. The boy first got the notice. He thought it was these are our plans, and when it happens, you will have 30 days to vacate the premises. But a few days later, we reread it, looked at it a little closer and realized, no, this is actual, you have 30 days to get out. So we kind of scrambled around, got a hold of a friend who was an attorney, got their opinion, had a court date to beg for more time. By the time the hearing was scheduled, it was getting right down to the wire. So we were cutting it close. Although the judge seemed sympathetic to our plight, unfortunately for us, he said our landlord was well within their right. We do have a monthly lease. The first year it was annual, it was for the whole year, but after that it's been monthly, and they followed the law right down to the letter. So that was that. I should say right now that this entire situation is very atypical of how our landlord normally acts. They're normally very nice, very understanding, very good people to work with. So I don't know what challenges they're facing now. They probably have their own battles that they're struggling with. So I don't, this is their way of fixing it. I don't want to blame them or point fingers. It's just life, I guess. So we have been madly searching for a new place to live. It's difficult though, especially in the area we live. It has to be within walking or bicycle riding distance for my son to get to work. And we live in a very rural area, and there is no such thing as public transportation. So we are also looking into the possibility of buying like an old clunker car, at least temporarily, until we can figure out what we're doing so that we aren't so limited as to the areas where we can live. But whatever we move into, it has to be bottom floor and one floor because I just cannot do stairs. It has to be 2-bedroom at least, and it has to take pets. So it kind of limits us a bit. But we are searching. However, we run out of time. We have to be out of the place. So our I'm having trouble saying that word, just doesn't sound right. The alternative we've come up with, in the meantime, the boy has a friend who is letting him stay with them for, however long we need. I will temporarily be staying with a family member. Unfortunately, their spare room is in the basement, and that means that I would have to go upstairs even to use the bathroom. I don't know how well my body and my bladder are going to agree to that. And I'd have to go up 2 flights of stairs to use the shower. So depending on how long I can handle that, or whether or not they'll allow me to just pee in a bucket in the basement and just never shower, they may not like that too much. But that's going to kind of dictate how long I can stay with them. In the meantime, we are looking for like a different alternative for myself. Maybe even like an extended stay motel or something at a reasonable rate. And the 2 places that we have found to stay, neither of them can have cats for various reasons. So we have found a third friend has offered to babysit and, foster our cats until we have a place where we can take them. So that is our temporary solution. We have rented a storage shed, and we are just going to pack up our entire home, except for what we need to live with for the next few weeks to a month, and put our home in the storage shed. So that's where we stand right now. I was pretty down in the dumps about all of this. Well, I still am, actually. But I'm trying to not wallow in the misery of it and trying to still be positive and look on the bright side. But I'll be honest with you, I spent a day hugging the kitten and blubbering at sappy old Hallmark Christmas movies. And I could hear depression's snide little voice singing its chant of nobody cares, why should you care, it doesn't matter, nothing matters, nothing's worth it, on and on. If you've been depressed, you've heard that. You've tried to block it out, you've listened to it 24/7. And I was starting to hear it again. But then my son came home from work and watched me crying over a dog wearing a cute little Christmas outfit. And he was like, no, Mom, no. Let's not do this. And he reminded me how far I came and he helped me to see the brighter side of it. It is very, very possible I may never have to boil water again just to wash dishes. We may be able to take as long of a hot shower as we want and not time it because someone else is going to have to shower later. It's very possible that I could mop a floor and have it actually look clean after I mop it. We'd be able to run the air conditioner, the ceiling fan, and the microwave all at the same time without blowing a fuse and having to go down and screw in a new fuse. Yeah, this house doesn't have breaker boxes. It's got the really old screw-in fuses, and they don't like to work very hard. So we usually have a nice supply. We're stocked up on a nice supply of them because it's easy to forget and run the microwave when I've got the ceiling fan on and the boy has his air conditioner going. So that could very easily be just out the window. We don't have to worry about that at all, which is a good thing. This could become a very good thing for us. It's just the timing that sucks. Such short notice. It's hard to find a place, and it's hard to scrape together security deposit, first and last month's rent, all of that, while still paying current bills. And so it was just that part was a bit of a shocker, and it was so unexpected. But we can still make do with it. We can still turn it into a better living situation for us. So that's the bad and the unknown. But it's not all gloom and doom. Well, I'm working my hardest to make sure that none of that is actually gloom and doom and is going to become positive. The good news is I've had a new doctor for the past couple of months, and I'm not going to go into too many specific details. I just don't feel comfortable with that yet. But he is absolutely disgusted with the runaround I've been getting while trying to get disability. I mean, some of it is just the whole system. Some of it is my previous doctor. All he cared about was, I'll fix your physical, and he really didn't care about anything else. You know, none of the rest mattered to him, just fixing what he could fix, and then, okay, you're on your own. A lot of it was my own depression. It wouldn't take very much controversy whatsoever, and I would just give up. It's like, it's not going to happen. This person was rude to me, so I'm just going to sit in a corner and pout for a while. And I did an awful lot of that, which I am done doing that. Not going to do it anymore. However, this new doctor during my last visit, I listened to a 10-minute tirade about the runaround I've been getting and the nonsense he's been reading in my chart. So he has decided that he is going to spearhead the campaign to finally get me on disability once and for all. He said it's ridiculous. You shouldn't even be doing the work you're doing around your house, let alone they expect you to go out and earn a living. So that's awesome news. Sometimes you need the support of one person, or just someone to have your back to make it happen. So if I can get a little bit of an income and lighten the load for my son somewhat, or maybe even I am learning now how to become more self-reliant around the house. I get asked a lot in the comments, why doesn't someone help me? Why doesn't my son help me? Why doesn't family or friends or whatever? If I asked them, I'm sure people would, to a certain extent. There would be that judgment there that I didn't have a lot of pride left, but I do still have some pride left. And that judgment would still be there. Even if they aren't consciously exuding it, I would internally feel it. And right now at this stage, I don't need that. I just need the encouragement to keep me motivated and keep me going. But also, to a certain extent, I don't want help. A lot of this is learning that I really can still take care of myself. Even though I can't do what I used to, and I certainly can't do as much or as fast as I used to be able to do it, I can still do what I need to do. With very little situations where I actually need help. And proving to myself that I can do that and just making myself continue to do that is a huge step to becoming self-reliant again, becoming independent again. That's why I don't have help. I don't really want it. The encouragement, yes. The votes of confidence, yes. I need that stuff. The suggestions, the ideas are awesome and wonderful. But I don't need to stand there and watch someone do the cleaning for me. That just sort of reinforces the bad part of my mind that says, you can't do it anymore. You aren't worth it. You aren't, don't even bother trying. It's not worth it. But if I'm doing it myself, and then I can go back and watch myself in the video, they see you really did do it. It may have seemed impossible. It may have seemed exhausting at the time. It may have seemed to have dragged out for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But look at it now, and you did it all by yourself. I mean, that's really, really huge. And that's part of the motivation, knowing I can do it. And I totally lost what I was talking about. I think I digressed a little too much. I don't remember where I was initially going with that line of thought. But that is why I don't have help. And I don't know. I have to go listen to what I was talking about now, so I know what I'm talking about. Hang on. Well, you won't know I'm gone. I remember now. Maybe, just maybe, the boy will be able to go back to living his own life and actually having a life and not babysitting mom all the time. Hopefully. So this is a very long video. I really struggle with making short videos. I don't know what my problem is, but I really have a hard time with it. But I like talking to you folks. And apparently I have a whole lot of words to say. I just hope you don't mind listening. So that is the good, the bad, and the unknown. But we are determined to make the bad not be that bad. We will be recording this entire process all along the way, but it will be a while before I'm settled in enough to be able to start editing it. But I will get it up there and I'll record finding a new place, cleaning it, settling in, purging, organizing, all of that fun stuff. So it won't be my same needs and wants list, but it'll be sort of along the same lines, maybe. Well, hopefully it can still be fun and interesting, and you may see more of the boy with him doing the lifting and moving and all of that fun stuff. Okay, well, sorry this video is so very long. I do struggle with that. And if you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching and for listening. Take care and toodles.